All right, guys, today we are doing box and whisker plots. We're not making them, we're interpreting them, okay? Now we got two kinds of flaps here. We're gonna interpret it as far as percentage goes, and then the actual 5-number summary that goes along with it, okay? Which again, you'll see. So let's do the top first. Percent interpretation. Now remember, box and whisker plots, they're all different shapes and sizes. The whiskers could be short, they could be long, the boxes could be all different kinds of, they could be slid and contorted all kinds of ways. But just know, from the first whisker is always 25% of your data, no matter what it looks like, big or small. The first rectangle in your box is always 25%. The second rectangle in your box is always 25%, and the final whisker is always 25%. So it doesn't matter where, how long, how big, how stretched out or crunched up these box and whisker plots look, it's always 25, 25, 25, 25, always. So with that said, let's just do some problems like that. So here we go. Let's do this test scores first. I'm just gonna read the thing. Again, here's my box and whisker plot. Remember, I'm gonna use purple here, just in case. This is 25% in that first whisker, 25% for that first box, 25% for that second box, 25% for that last whisker, right? And again, even though those boxes don't look the same size, it does not matter. That's just appearance. Appearance is not everything. In a box and whisker plot, it's always 25, 25, 25, 25, always, okay? That said, let's jump right into this. What percent of test scores are less than 55? Well, first, let's find 55 on here. Here's 55, right here. It's saying what percent of scores are less than 55? Well, so less than is going to the left. So let's see how far left I have to go here. So to go from this side all the way to the end, I'm gonna go through 1, 2, 3 of these 25%, right? So I'm going to just add all those together. 25, 50, 75. So 75% of the scores are less than 55%. What percent test scores are greater than 43? We'll find 43. 43 is all the way over here at the very beginning, right? And it says what percent of scores are greater than? Well, greater than is going to the right. So going all the way towards the right through my data, I have to go through 1, 2, 3, all 4 sections. So that's 25, 50, 75, 100. So 100% of my scores are greater than 43%, which makes sense because this is my data. All the data is on the right side. Everyone scored higher than a 43. The data is more than 50% of what score? Well, more than is, right side. So let's take the right 2. So 50% is 1, 2 sections. So 50% scores, the data is 50% more of what score. So 25, 50% of my data is more than a 50%. So this right here, it's gonna be this number because to the right of it is gonna be 50% of your scores. 1, 2 sections, and it's gonna be that 50 right there, 50%. The data is 25% less than what score? Well, let's see here. 25% less than, I'm gonna look on the left side here. So let's take the first percentile right here, 25%. Well, what is this less than? This number right here is going to be, it's gonna be a tricky one. Raul, trying to keep you guys on your toes. 46, 47, 48, but this is between 46 and 48. So it's gonna be 47.5. That's a really bad 7. So the data is 25% less than what score? A 47.5, because at this 47.5, to the left of it is one chunk, 125%, a quarter of our data. I want you guys right now to try this problem. It's got a new box and whisker plot. Go for it. And now, again, we have our 25%. I labeled them, and we're just gonna go through here. 1, what percent of skips are less than 182? Well, 182 is here. Less than is going to the left. So I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 sections to get to the left side of my data. That's 100%, 25, 50, 75, 100. What percent of skips are greater than 172? Well, let's see here. 172 is right here. Greater than is going to the right. So to go through all my data, I go 1, 2, 3 chunks. 25, 50, 75, 75%. That's how I got my answer. 3 and 4. 3 and 4, again, a little bit typo. We're still talking about skips, not score. So the data is 25%, more than 25% of what amount of skips we'll say. We'll say skips. Got a little typo there. I finally caught Raul making a mistake. That's all right. Well, it's going to be this point right here, this 178.5, because at this moment, only 25% of those skips are more than that number, 178.5. And conversely, the data is 75% less than what score? Well, this score right here, this 178.5, because at this moment, if you were to go left then, you're going through 1, 2, 3 sections. That's 25, 50, 75%. Exactly what the question is asking, so 178.5. Now, this may or may not be tricky for you guys. You may need to rewatch it. It's just gonna be practice makes perfect with these kind of weird questions. Now, let's talk about the 5-number summary. Interpreting them. Remember, all box and whisker plots, they have a min, Q1, median, Q3, and max. And again, our IQR is between Q1 and Q3, okay? Just to kind of throw that out there. So let's just jump right into this one. This one will be a little more straightforward for you guys. So what is the maximum of our data? Well, maximum is always gonna be this point right here, to the right, I'm sorry. So it's gonna be 58. What is the upper quartile, quarter 3 of the data? Well, remember, it goes Q1, median, Q3, so that's this one right here. That'd be 55. What is the range of my data? That's a good question. Well, the range of a data, you always gotta make sure you take the largest, 58, subtract it from the smallest, which in this case is 43, and that's gonna give us 15. So the range of my data is 15. What is the median of the data? Well, again, median is gonna be the middle of your box here, so that's gonna be 50. We're just identifying the main parts of a box and whisker plot. With that said, time to practice. I want you guys to try this problem. All right, meow. Okay, guys, so I probably should have labeled this one as well, but I did not. So I labeled this one, kind of help with the, hopefully you had these right answers. If not, just listen to my explanation. We have our min, our Q1, our median, our Q3, and our max. It's always in that order, right? What is the minimum of our data? Well, minimum, boom, boom, 168. That one was easy. What is the lower quartile? Remember, upper quartile is Q3, lower quartile is Q1. So Q1, 172. That one's also pretty easy. What is the IQR, interquartile range of the data? Well, we gotta do Q3, 178.5, right? It's between the 178 and 179. And we're gonna subtract it from Q1, 172. So 178.5 minus 172, 6.5. That would be my answer. What is the range of the minimum to the median? Well, if we're talking about the minimum, and we're talking about the median, it looks like I even did my problem wrong. Look at that. So minimum, median. Minimum's here, 168. Median here is 176.5. You always do the large minus the small. So 176.5. I'm going to subtract that from my minimum, 168. Looks like I was a doofus, and I used Q1 instead of minimum. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to calculate that in my brain. I'm not using a calculator that's off screen right now because that would be cheating. And that's gonna be 8.5. Just so you know, that was a planned mistake to make sure you guys are watching this video. It was not a mistake on my side. I never make mistakes. So rewatch the video if you need to. Practice makes perfect. Have a great day. Stay healthy. Stay safe.